the Dragon Scroll. It is time.
But who? Who is worthy to be trusted with the secret to limitless power?
To become the Dragon Warrior. I don't know.
Kung Fu Panda isn't just a fun animated film. It's a cinematic love letter to East Asian cultures, one that blends Western animation with Eastern philosophy, world building, and martial arts traditions. Today, the film is part of a tetralogy, following the journey of Po and his allies against numerous foes. But in this video, I would like to discuss specifically the first film that became a blockbuster. In this video, I want to explore how Kung Fu Panda manages to bridge these two worlds and why its representation feels more like an homage than appropriation. Let's do a quick recap of the story. We follow Po, a noodle shop worker who dreams of Kung Fu, not because he wants fame or glory, but because he genuinely loves it. By complete accident, he is chosen as the Dragon Warrior. It's a decision no one understands, even Po himself.
Now know this, old friend. Whomever I choose will not only bring peace to the valley, but also to you.
Meanwhile, Tai Lung, once the pride of Master Shifu, escapes from his high-security prison and heads straight for the Valley of Peace. But Tai Lung is not a simple villain. He's a character shaped by betrayal, disappointment, and a lifetime perspective. He was promised greatness, trained for his entire life, only to be denied when it mattered most. His anger isn't cartoonish evil, it's the result of a broken relationship between a master and his student. This is why I argue that Kung Fu Panda has no truly evil antagonist. Every major character acts from their own worldview, their own teachings, and their own scars. The Furious Five represent different martial arts lineages, disciplined, refined, rooted in tradition. Shifu reflects Confucian ideals, duty, discipline, and the belief that mastery comes from structured training and relentless effort. Oogway, in contrast, embodies Taoist philosophy, acceptance, patience, and the understanding that harmony comes from letting things unfold naturally. And standing between these philosophies is Po, our main character. Unlike the Furious Five, Po has no ambition for greatness. Unlike Tai Lung, he doesn't feel destined for power. And unlike Shifu, he doesn't chase perfection through discipline. Po simply loves Kung Fu. He is fueled by joy, curiosity, and humility. Throughout the film, he absorbs Confucian discipline from Shifu and Taoist acceptance from Oogway. He learns to train with dedication, but also to embrace who he already is. This balance makes him the perfect embodiment of the three teachings. And it's why precisely he becomes the Dragon Warrior, because he bridges these philosophies in a way that no one else can. But the film's success doesn't come from its story alone. Kung Fu Panda works because the world feels grounded, respectful, and authentic. This level of immersive world building can only happen when the creators do their research. When the film released in 2008, it wasn't just popular in the West, it received overwhelming praise in China. The film's protagonist is China's national treasure and all the elements are Chinese. But why didn't we make such a film? Some highlighted how the film impressed Chinese audiences with its attention to detail, its environment design, its choreography, and its emotional depth. When writing for the film, Ethan Reef and Cyrus Vos themselves were heavily inspired by East Asian cinema, from Kagemusha's Samurai World to Snake in the Eagle's Shadow to the classic 36th Chamber of Shaolin. These films shaped the choreography, pacing, and tone of Kung Fu Panda. We already knew that Po would be an overweight, out-of-shape panda, so we made him someone who idolized these Kung Fu masters and desperately wants to be one of them. The film fights feel expressive and weighty because they draw from decades of martial arts cinema. One of the strongest influences is wuxia, the Chinese genre of wandering martial heroes. Wuxia's story focuses on self-cultivation, moral dilemmas, destiny, and inner strength. You can see this in Po's transformation, in Tai Lung's tragic downfall, even in the architecture, landscapes, and movement of the characters. The entire film is saturated with wuxia energy. At the same time, Kung Fu Panda mirrors a cultural phenomenon known as Japanism, when Western artists in the 19th century were inspired by Japanese aesthetics. Like Japanism, this film shows how Western creators absorb Eastern traditions. Kung Fu Panda strives for emotional authenticity. It doesn't just borrow the visual style, it engages with the philosophies and storytelling traditions that shape those visuals. Of course, in today's cultural climate, we can re-examine the film and ask whether it crosses into cultural appropriation. But looking back, it's clear that many viewed the film as a well-researched, heartfelt tribute rather than exploitation. It's a reminder that cross-cultural storytelling can be meaningful when handled with respect, fueled by talented individuals with dreams and ambitions.